How do I set the Apache2 DocumentRoot to a Vboxsf VirtualBox Shared Folder? Permissions issue. I set up Ubuntu 11.04 desktop 32-bit on a VirtualBox VM with a shared folder to the host. The shared folder is. I want to change Apache2 to point the document root to that folder, so I edited. To replace the existing two paths in that file to media sf_dev instead of var www, and it won't show index.html. When I look at var with lsl I see. And when I lsl media, I see. And Apache doesn't seem to see the index.html I put in that directory, cp var www index.html media sf_dev irk. I also tried editing envars to make the group be Vboxsf, but I think I did that part wrong. 2. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to do to get Apache2 to serve files from that directory? Technically, I want to serve files for Apache from. But I figure one step at a time, so if that helps you short-circuit things, so be it.
That looks like a permissions issue. You'll need read and execute permission on media sf_dev for other, the third group of permission bits, which are currently no permissions or. So, you'll need to run this command, since it's Ubuntu, note the sudo chmod 775 media sf_dev. That will add read and execute for other and leave full permissions for owner and group. Also make sure that the index file actually exists in media sf_dev. I'll assume that you forgot the sudo in the cp command and that you're not running as root.
You didn't say what the specific error was, only. And Apache doesn't seem to see the index.html I put in that directory. The specific error would help. You can file this in Apache's error_log, which is typically under .log under ubuntu, but can be configured via an error log directive in your. Without the actual error, I assume George Marion is correct and it's a permissions error. You can check to see what group Apache is running under using. Try changing permissions on /media/sf_dev/ as he said. I think you may better off handling this with an alias directive, as that will allow you to make only certain parts of your document root point to locations outside. Edit: if the Apache server has mod_php, not fastgphp, and is not using swexec, you can determine if Apache is running under the proper GID, group ID, with the following php snippet. Make sure that returns the same GID as Vboxsf. You can find the GID for Vboxsf in /etc/groups.
It would probably be easiest to add the Vboxsf group as a supplementary group for Apache, Ubuntu, Fedora. This does it for me when I want to access auto-mounted shared folders. You might also want to add your own username to the Vboxsf group to access the files.
If you have configured the shared folder to be auto-mounted, then you need to first disable the same and mount the shared folder manually. If you need auto-mounted every time you start the VM, you need to add respective entry inside your etc. or fstab. It seems there is some issue mounting Vbox shared folder through fstab. So adding below mentioned command inside or etc. rc.local worked for me to mount it on start. Load shared folder with correct user or group. As far as I can tell, this error is due to the owner and group of the shared folder. Apache expects the files to render to belong to the group www data. By default, however, the shared folder in VirtualBox belongs to the Vboxsf user. We will add this user to the www data group. To do so, edit the group properties on the guest. Sudo usermod a g vboxsf www data. We'll now mount the shared folder and assign it to the www data user and group. To check out the user and group ID, you can have a look at the etc. or parsed file on the guest machine, cat or etc. or parsed grep www data. On Debian-based OS, both IDs are usually set to the value 33. So, simply issue the following command on the guest. Mount tvboxsf orw uid equals 33 gid equals 33 website or media osf_website. Note that website is the name of the shared folder, as illustrated in the screenshot above, and a media-osf_website is where the folder will be mounted. For more details refer this link, or this URL.